Caring for your aging family members requires a lot of effort. It can be a very demanding job, and if you're working full-time and caring for your own children, it may be time to bring in a caregiver just to help out with some of those duties. So joining me this morning to talk about what to look for during that selection process is Care.com's General Manager of Senior Care, Jill McNamara. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning.
Yeah, I feel like this is something that at some point in our lives, if our parents are still with us, it's something that people are going to need to consider or look at. When do you think when somebody needs a caregiver for their aging parents, when do they sort of think about doing that? A lot of times parents want to stay in their homes and they think, hey, I can still do everything.
You're absolutely right that this is something we likely all will encounter. But when somebody actually needs care will greatly vary, and every family situation is different. What we typically see is that as an individual ages and they start to need help with daily tasks, things like meal preparation, assistance around the house, running errands, maybe even bathing, the adult child often steps in to take on these tasks. However, that's not always possible. And even when it is, sometimes it can be really stressful or become unmanageable. So that's often the time that we see families turning to professional caregivers to really help fill in those gaps or provide that additional relief to those adult children.
Yeah, and a lot of the roles that you mentioned and responsibilities like meal prep and you mentioned bathing, at what point do any of those duties cross over into sort of a skilled level of care where these caregivers may be regulated by, say, some state board? They might need a license. We're talking about people who don't need a license. These are just general sort of errands and things they can help seniors with.
Yes, so that type of care where you don't need that medical type of license is called either companion care or personal care. Really, it's under this umbrella of non-medical care. And those are individuals who can help with tasks such as I mentioned, bathing, dressing, prompting for medications, assistance with eating, even providing companionship or running errands, providing transportation to appointments. So really all of those factors that are non-medical focused, these are what these types of caregivers can provide support with.
All right, so what kinds of questions should we be asking before we hire a caregiver, no matter where we're looking? If we had the top 3 questions we should ask, what are those?
Absolutely. So when you're looking for a caregiver, of course, this can be potentially uncomfortable for your aging parent. Right? Having somebody assist them with these daily tasks might feel a little bit uncomfortable. And so you want to make sure that this caregiver, first when you are talking to them, is both empathetic as well as understanding and patient to really make sure that they know that this could be an uncomfortable situation to start before they get used to, working with that aging individual.
Yeah, and red flags quickly that people need to look out for.
Absolutely. So for red flags, when you are interviewing a potential caregiver, you want to make sure that they're willing to be background checked. First and foremost, we want to focus on safety. In addition to that, are they open to providing additional references as well? You want to make sure you talk to their references, understand, what characteristics, how they worked with other individuals. Those are really important questions to ask. And then finally, really trust your gut. If this person looks good on paper, but you don't feel comfortable with them, that might mean something is wrong. And so you really want to trust your gut in those situations. You know your loved one the best.
Absolutely. Very good advice. Probably bottom line, trust your own instincts. Jill McNamara, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.